Once they did start working to the rules and not stretching them anymore, this triggered what we called the aviation crisis in Brazil. At a certain point, maybe 40% of flights in all of Brazil had over an hour delays.
Following the crash and the work slowdown, changes start being made.
There has been a lot of changes in Brazilian aviation after the accident, specifically with regards to air traffic control. The Air Force had to admit that they had a shortage of controllers, and also there's a higher degree of accountability.
In the United States, the Federal Aviation Administration issues 2 recommendations as a result of the tragedy. Pilots flying legacy jets are warned of the possibility that putting their feet up in the cockpit could accidentally turn off the transponder. And manufacturers are told that an alarm should sound if the TCAS system shuts off. The controllers who were involved in the crash are charged with varying degrees of manslaughter. But those criminal charges worry people who were closely involved with the disaster.
Trabalhar uma investigação com fins de prevenção. Quando existe uma
An investigation like ours, which focuses on prevention, suffers huge setbacks when there is pressure to lay charges.
muito grande por ter sido o maior acidente.
By blaming people, we might be creating a culture where people will not come forth and be honest about failures and mistakes. And when we try to hide that, things get swept under the carpet, and soon enough they'll come out again.
Nenhum controlador sai de casa.
No controller leaves his home in the morning thinking he's going to crash a plane. And so the criminalization only interferes with investigations that can prevent further accidents.
Irá evitar novos acidentes.
More than 2 months after the crash, the crew of the legacy jet is finally allowed to return to the United States.
Joe and Jan barely got out of the country. There was an attempt to hold them under what I thought was a cobbled together initial criminal charge of, quote, failing to ensure the safety of Brazilian skies.
While we are all grateful for the safe return of Joe and Jan and everyone aboard the Legacy, we are all saddened by this tragedy which took many innocent lives.
More than a year after the accident, the legacy jet that survived a mid-air collision was still at the airfield in the Amazon. Its maiden voyage cut short by a tragic series of technological and human errors.